So the Season of Plunder has only been out for a couple of hours, and people have been finding a lot of bugs with the new Arc 3.0 allowing, infinite super on Titans, or, well, the changes to heavy grenade launchers where they do 250% increased damage, including grenade launchers like Anarchy. I'm not here to talk about those in detail, instead I'm here to talk about something that is mentioned in the patch notes that I feel is rather important. That being the changes to Deepsight weapons and crafting moving forward into the subsequent seasons. So I'm just gonna get right into this. Now, I won't really be reading this word for word because it's available online. Instead, I will summarize it to the best of my ability and tell you what basically each of the points I'll discuss means. Starting with this point, dismantle weapons with Deepsight weapon pattern provide pattern progress if a pattern is available. Now, basically what this means is that the second you get a weapon that can have its pattern extracted, you do not have to actually finish it. You can dismantle it and it will give you progress. This is honestly a very good quality of life change. And I tested this out because I got one of the new seasonal weapons and I just deleted it, and it shows that, pattern progress collected and whatnot. Basically, I dismantled the weapon and it gave me pattern progress, 1 out of 5. Now, next point. Dismantle weapons with Deepsight provide 100 neutral element. So basically what this means is that you do not have to actually complete the Deepsight, and instead, if you just get a weapon and are just feeling lazy, you could just dismantle it and get 100 neutral element. This is also another good quality of life change. This next one, and is also rather important, is that if the objective is completed and the item is dismantled, you get 300 neutral elements instead of the usual 100. So basically what this means is that if you have completed the Deepsight weapon, you are rewarded with triple the neutral element in this case. Now, I know people may be skeptical here whereby when they say the item is dismantled or Deepsight mod extracted. So basically I'm going to show you what it means right here. So here I have 2 Dares of Eternity's weapons, and I'm just going to extract one and dismantle it, and then I will just dismantle the other. And like so. And so you see, basically it's the same thing. Frankly, it's faster to just dismantle the weapon instead of, extracting it, because it yields basically the same results. So if you're moving forward and you're just really skeptical, don't worry about it. This basically shows that you don't have to worry. It will still give you the same 300 neutral element, and it will still give you the pattern progress. Moving on. When a Deepsight weapon with a pattern is dismantled or extracted, players will be notified via loot stream that pattern progress has been made. Yes, this is basically what I was mentioning when I dismantled my new seasonal shotgun. I dismantled it without second thought after reading this, and yes, it granted me the pattern progress. And that basically it shows you that, you've gotten this, and then you can go to your pattern and catalyst screen and see how much more you need to do. Now this is the last point, and I feel that it's very, very important. It says that starting in Season 18, Deepsight weapons that are acquired prior to their pattern becoming available will no longer output pattern progress. Basically what this is saying is that next season onwards, any weapon you hoard in your vault with the Deepsight progress, if it becomes a weapon that is craftable at a later date, you cannot use the Deepsight weapons that you've hoarded in your vault to progress that, pattern. So mainly the reason for this on Bungie's end is so it prevents you from, hoarding and not having to actually partake in the activity. So, they can keep their player base, intact. And I can see why, because a lot of people have been saving weapons with red borders in hopes that it can be crafted in the future. I frankly did this, and now I have such a huge head start in, the whole Dares of Eternity weapons. I can more or less craft the grenade launcher, I just need to get one more. So that's basically it for the patch notes, but I'll move on to 2 ending side notes which I think will benefit most of you who actually are playing and for weapon crafting in general. So actually, if you visit the Enclave on Mars, the vendor on the left, instead of the, the part where you reshape and craft new weapons, actually has 2 quests, one of which is called Foundry Resonance, which they give you a free Deepsight weapon and allow you to basically complete it for 300 neutral element, whatever. That's not important. But the next one is Ascendant Alloy Requisition. Basically, this quest will guarantee you a free Ascendant Alloy so long as you complete the weekly Witch Queen campaign mission, which a lot of people are playing now to get their light up. So before you go and do that, I highly recommend you pick this up, because even if you don't get the Ascendant alloy from the mission completion, when you go back to the relic here, the relic vendor rather, it will give you a free Ascendant alloy. Of course, don't miss out Master Rahul's 400 legendary shard Ascendant alloy, which he sells every week. Now the next side note would be, for players who have already completed the activities from the past 2 seasons, this will benefit you. If you are returning or a new light, this may not benefit you until you complete those stories. However, I will still mention it regardless. So basically, if you have completed the 2 previous season stories, you can actually redeem, Deepsight weapons, red border weapons, whatever you want to call it. So basically every week you are guaranteed 2 free Deepsight weapons if you have saved up on either your Risen Umbra Energy or your Opulent Umbra Energy. And for people who are wondering, you actually need to focus into a weapon. If you choose the first option, whereby it just gives you a random weapon, it doesn't guarantee you the Deepsight, so you'll just be wasting your resources, especially if you do not want to complete any of the old seasonal activities. Now, if you have any Opulent keys or bound presences available, you might want to redeem them, because every week they'll also guarantee you 1 on your first, redemption or opening of a chest. And that's about it. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you enjoy Season of the Plunder.